did to beat me because we routinely fought in like winners and losers finals, and then I would usually come out on top.
Wait just a second. I've got it. Somebody just made a donation, and I've got to replay that. Del Valley, thank you so much. Gotta hit him with the PowerPoint reactivated. You already know what it is. Thank you so much for the $25. That is going to go towards our Black History Month program. Del Valley, thank you so much once again for coming by and tuning in, and then throwing your donation towards our Black History Month program, which is celebrating Black entrepreneurs in the present. Once again, all donations this week are going towards one of 4 organizations. This week, it's going to Matthew Hickson from Gamers Glorified and the head coach of esports at Kishwaukee College, one of the junior colleges here in the state of Illinois as well. Congratulations to him on making the $100 goal. You guys have now outmatched my $50 donation with an additional $100. I'm thankful on his behalf as we get ready to go into grand finals, and just want to make sure that I spread the love as well, man. So Del Valley, thank you so much for your contribution.
Really amazing stuff.
Yeah, I know I just said a mouthful, and now I'm going to go, now, Cherry, what do you think about grand finals?
Yeah, so, like, I don't know, like, it's just so, like, I feel like Llomomo, he overcomes all the odds. It's like something out of a movie almost, because Llomomo just, like, DK he has so many issues with, like, zoners, with projectiles in general, with swords, with being juggled and getting back to stage. Like, he just has all those issues, and he's not even perceived as very good, and, like, even then, like, characters, like, just have so many advantages over him that every time I've seen him win tonight, like, under Llomomo's, like, piloting, like, it's just been amazing. Like, he's just, even, like, when he's 160% down, he just jumps off and does that cargo throw and the down throw. But we're seeing a completely different Llomomo.
He's deciding to go full
Yes, he's been going the Incineroar, the purple Incineroar. I was gonna say Barney, but, like, it's not like a dinosaur.
No,
that's Charizard for sure. And we're going Battlefield Game 1, different type of start with PS2 that we normally see, but hey, that's perfectly fine. At some point, you do get bored of it, and I think that both these players definitely benefit a bit more from the Battlefield layout. Link and Incineroar aren't the fastest runners, and Incineroar is definitely going to benefit with combo extensions as well as projectile, like, getting out of the way of projectiles on this stage versus PS2. Let's see if he gets back. Recovering high. Smart stuff from Llomomo. Using, one thing I think Incineroar does well is, like, if you're able to recover high, like, a lot, it's something that he definitely, like, excels at. Like, you can jump higher and then get a bit more horizontal recovery, and then just fall on your opponent with that nice up B that he has for just countering people's types of edge guarding at high. But at low, it's like, it's very bad. But at the same time, I think that Link really does struggle to hit people with, like, really high. Whereas, like we've been seeing, like, RP4's been going for that low bomb recovery every time, but instead of mixing it up, Llomomo just keeps going for that high recovery. And we haven't seen RP4 really punish it too much since. But it doesn't really matter. RP4 already back in the lead. I'll say this. I think that the one thing that makes Incineroar, at least in my opinion, a bit worse than DK is, like, DK's trump card is, like, if you're tied in stocks, but he's, like, at, like, max rage. We've seen Llomomo just go for cargo throw, like, down throw off stage, and it just kills, because if you take it all the way to the blast zone, like, what is your opponent supposed to do, you know? Like, he has that type of, like confirm as a win, like a winning condition. Whereas, like, Incineroar's, like, trump card in the sense is the fact that he has, like, that counter that, like, boosts your damage. But, like, that still requires you to either be close enough to your opponent to hit them, or be able to hit them when they're at this high of a percent, at kill percent, and both are hard to do. So like that's probably gonna kill. No, it won't. I thought he had the stack on. Nice. Oh, I didn't get the fair. And then, wow, that's so unfortunate. One little flub in tech skill there was that he just didn't get that forward air after he got the 2 frame with down tilt. And I was going for that neutral B a couple times, getting the up B. Does not have bomb in hand. It was on stage. I think that time if Llomomo pushed disadvantage, Link has to up B. And finally gets that stock off. Only 22% on him, so not too bad. Now we're really starting to see. So like, see, he even has the win condition now, and so the one way you can actually get rid of that, I think it's called punish or something like that. A counter for Llomomo is that it has like a timer on it, or you can grab, and then it will like remove the damage like multiplier. But I think that like, just due to like how hard it is to even take advantage of that, like we see here, he gets it right at the beginning of this replay, and then the entire time he's literally being held off stage, and then just gets punished until it's gone, like right here, and now it's gone. Like all of that work he tried to get, and he couldn't get a single hit with it, and then he kind of just got ledge trapped, and that's okay. It's game 1, so I think that Llomomo, on top of that, because he's in winners, has like a whole set to warm up with and try characters out with. So we'll see if he switches to DK or if he thinks Incineroar is still the way to go, you know. And I think also, like, I think it's fine to keep like just experimenting. Like, he's gonna run it back, and if anything, this might be, we've seen this in other sets where we're not Llomomo specifically, but players will play like a secondary to kind of trick up their opponents' like habits with like their main. And so now that he's in a situation where, hey, I can keep conditioning you and maybe take a game here or there and force you to keep playing and all that, where all I have to do is win 3 games. Like, he could randomly in this set pull out DK when he's down 2 games and then reverse like the set all the way to his favor. And I wouldn't be surprised if we did see something like that happen. Gets that confirmed with the down throw fair. And then, unfortunately for RP4, gets gimped early. Really weird to see that come out from him. And I wonder now if Llomomo will just try to take this game in general, this whole set, or this game in the set, rather. And I say that just because, like, these types of things, like, that wasn't something that Llomomo forced to happen, it just kind of happened. And while he didn't gain much off of it, it definitely forces RP4 to continue and fight a bit better, because if he loses this game, it makes him 1 game closer to losing the whole Grand Finals. Whereas for Llomomo losing another game, it makes it, like, just a bit less closer, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's a whole set, you know? Oh, blows himself up. Oh no. I was just gonna say, I was like, oh wow, RP4 does have the percent lead. Anything can happen now, and I see like Llomomo was getting a little greedy going off stage, and then as soon as he used his jump, RP4 just was like, nair time. And the nair has just enough hit stun to where Llomomo knew that he was done for. Tried the air dodge and it didn't work out for him. However, they are in the same stock now, and we might see it again. Goes up high again, detonates the bomb himself because of the fires on his body. And I'd say it's pretty tied. Like,
Yeah.
It's been pretty evenly matched this game, despite the couple of flubs from both players. Oh wow, really good stuff coming out from RP4 here at the end of the second game. Oh, and there it is. The up air at the end of that. Really good stuff coming out from RP4 just to finally secure that second game, making him one game away from resetting this bracket.
Oh, perfect. There we go.
Alrighty, we're seeing the switch to Falco now.
Yep.
Interesting. It's almost like we're seeing like Luxury play.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like he's just taking a lot of luxury stuff and just rolling with it.
Yeah, I mean Llomomo, a heavy specialist himself, you know, and like it's just so funny to see them both playing Falco. And my friend Magnificent, who also he's a Bowser K roll main, and he also has like a pocket Falco or just plays Falco. So it's like I wonder if it's like a heavies thing, like they just all play Falco in this game. I don't know. It's like I've seen so many characters who are players who all play similar characters, all playing like Falco as like a secondary. It's really interesting. But yeah, it looks like RP4 definitely has the leg up in this game, and I think definitely Llomomo is kind of just like relaxing himself almost, like just having a good time, like almost playing friendlies with RP4. Like not taking him lightly, like trying his best with these characters, but they aren't his main. And it's more of like a psych up, but that was amazing. Used the nair and just knew that he didn't even have to time it necessarily like perfectly. It was just like he knew that his nair would be able to connect with that up B. Will Llomomo get the edge guard? Oh, not expecting he like I think that it was just such a fine like tech angle that he probably thought he was going to either tech onto stage or that he wasn't going to need to at all. And he kind of like he still did the tech, but I think he figured he'd be on stage. That was just an unfortunate loss of the stock for RP4.
Yeah.
Because it goes from all the way from like his to like a complete even game. Racking up percent with those pummels is RP4. Doing it again, getting him to 92%. Tries to recover in, doesn't get up smash, hold shield. Really good stage movement with Llomomo. He just instantly dropped through that platform, got the up throw, or the up throw into up air. Keeping himself in this game despite being at such a high percent, using that rage to his advantage, just getting damage where he can. Again with that weird like tech angle that RP4 just seems to not be able to react to. Like I'm not sure what it is on it. Maybe it's like I don't know, because I know like personally like I do have issues myself with like certain angles I'm just like not accustomed to with like teching or like just like or even just like reacting to it after the fact, because it's like you just expect something so different that like habit takes over and your body just can't react.
Yeah.
But like it's just such a weird thing to happen twice. but even with it, Llomomo is still behind. Like nothing really much has come from these two SDs that I think would have like come if they didn't SD. You know, I feel like that this would have been a much similar situation in terms of damage.
But for a hot second there, Llomomo kind of had control of the center of the stage again.
Yeah, he is looking for it. Like, finally gets him into disadvantage again, and I think these couple of SDs might force RP4 to maybe like take a second chance at like going for these bomb recoveries or something like that. Because as soon as Llomomo gets him off stage, oh, nice juggle, keeping that combo going. Goes for the forward smash, goes for the again. Oh my goodness. Oh, barely is out range. That's so scary.
All right, grabbed on the edge that time.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh,
and I
barely.
thought this time he was going to barely grab it again.
Yeah, that's so spooky. This is a very close game. Because now Llomomo knows he can just start reflecting stuff and slowly gain that chip damage that RP4 wants with those projectiles. And let's see, I think that RP4 is going to be looking for that bomb. There it is. There's another one. No. Oh my goodness.
Not quite as accurate as normal.
Yeah. There it is. Nice. And resets the bracket into true finals. RP4 said, I do not want to lose my stock from another SD. I'm going to reset the bracket, and you will pull out the DK, and we will play this out.
And we're going to play this right.
Yeah, really good stuff at the end. Hell kept us cool. They weren't as accurate as before, but I think he was trying to bait him out into that down smash, but Llomomo was just ready for it. Here, Llomomo just got scared because he knows like his recovery doesn't have the most distance, and if he's like below Link here, if you're Link, you can just down air, and then you're forced into a super scary tech situation where you're not, or you might just get sent right and like die. And unfortunately, he did get sent outward, but from something completely different. And great stuff for RP4, keeping it close, and let's see if Llomomo switches characters. Because I'm not sure. I wonder what'll happen with that.
You know, it's interesting because I feel like Llomomo started to gain some ground right there at the end. And I don't know if that was a character plus stage type combination. But, you know, it wasn't, even though it's a 3-0, it wasn't necessarily a demoralizing loss in a lot of ways. So,
yeah, definitely. I think that, like, it definitely wasn't, like, that bad of a set. Like, it was pretty much close the entire time. Well, we'll see. I'm so curious to, like, what their striking is. But,
yeah, I'm just like, watching and waiting.
Yeah.
But if you guys really enjoyed that, be sure to catch us on our YouTube channel for all of the replays. Much thanks out to our co-commentary, Cherry, who helps, essentially does the entirety of our archiving process, down from thumbnails to editing, all of that. Trust me, guys, is the person who also contributes to this page the most. This is definitely a pretty big deal. So, you know, if you guys get a chance to, please be sure and check us out at IPG_esports right here on YouTube. And if you get a chance to, please subscribe. King Dedede.
Interesting pick. Now, I definitely agree with like just switching up like this, because maybe that'll happen. That was unfortunate. That was super unfortunate. Like a super flub from RP4, and I think that with that, that's definitely just one of those situations where, like, for whatever's been going on, maybe it's like a lag thing like that we're not seeing, or like just like, because I know players, I've seen that one before where players may like throw out an aerial or something and think that they're grabbing ledge, but they're just like a little bit too far away from ledge. So I've seen like something like that happen before. RP4. So these must just be like honest mistakes coming out. And Dedede, like, I personally think gets way buffed just from like the online like difference between like on and offline, just solely due to the fact that his moves, while they are slower, like they are slow moves in general, there is a lot less time to react to them as well. So like you think you have more time than you do, and then you have to also anticipate reacting a bit sooner. And between Gordo as a projectile, and then like also some of his moves like up tilt and down tilt being extremely fast for what you think they would be, it's just really hard to sometimes get in on Dedede. Using that bomb to extend his comboing. Oh, nice up the off shield. But when you're a whole stock behind from the beginning, like, you kind of expect something like this to happen. Staying ahead is Llomomo. And another thing is, like, I think Llomomo has in mind that since Dedede is like he has like I think he has the most gravity out of any character in the game, and so like basically what that means is that gravity affects every character a little differently with like their fast falling speed and all that. And so for Dedede, because of how heavy he is and like how floaty he has to be for his jump to work well, they have to make his gravity much stronger than, like, let's say, like Mewtwo, whose gravity is much weaker. And so because of that, he lives really long. And Dedede can sometimes, like, just from stray hits, live like till like 200.
Yeah.
And then you're already at max range for that long, so it gives you a bit more time to like actually deal damage. And be careful. Oh my goodness, that was so scary, because that forward smash can sometimes hit behind you if like you're a bit too close. Luckily, RP4 was able to get behind it, but finally tying it up in stocks is RP4. But let's see, he's starting to get those combos started. Finally taking the percent lead, but Llomomo was saying, no, I have it. The tug of war is starting to happen.
Being down in stock, RP4's got to feel pretty good about where he's at right now. Oh, I cursed him.
That was a scary situation for anybody, and then like, the scariest part about that was I was really hoping we'd see him trying to like recover with a bomb, because that Gordo got stuck on the side, like the ledge of the stage there, and that happens sometimes just due to like angling of like how the Gordo is thrown. But when that happens, the Gordo still has like a hitbox at the ledge. And so when that happens here, like let's say he had to recover low from this, he can still hit the Gordo and then just get sent like back.
Gotcha.
And it's such a like unfortunate but really cool kind of ledge trapping, because you don't even really get a chance to fight that type of thing. But we'll see. Let's see what type of adjustments RP4 makes in Game 2.
And let's see if we get a stage change, which seems pretty likely. It looks like an intense stare down.
Yeah, they're waiting. It's funny because especially since we don't know like what stages they're picking, it's kind of just like it literally is just a stare down to us. I didn't see them leave unless I just missed it. But so FD again. Yeah. And I don't know if I agree with this too much, just mostly because the fact that, like, while they are like both projectile and set-based characters. I think that, like, I wonder if Llomomo did ban Northern, just because I could see that happening, but we won't know. And I think that because of, like, especially at the end of last game, like if that Gordo situation happens again, that's something that RP4 is going to have to deal with a way that he's not going to necessarily have compared to like other stages. Like PS2, like the stage is just a bit larger, and then you also have to worry about like this situation where there is no platform to assist you on the way down. But oh, he didn't have to tech out of that. Interesting. Oh, and there's the Gordo away. That was cool. These are definitely two characters that... Oh, and he had so much momentum he got sent out. They're two characters that, personally, while I do have experience fight... Oh, footstool! Didn't get anything off it. I don't have as much experience in. I've played against a bunch of DDs, and I have played against Link, but compared to like a lot of other characters in the game, I do not play as much as of these characters as I probably should. But it definitely is cool, like, to see, especially like this late into like a tournament, like these characters being used, as well as like we've seen RP4 so many times in this position, but to see him fight against a character like Dedede and kind of see like how he like responds or respects certain options, as well as maybe adapts them on the fly, like it's something new. Pretty much tied up at this point, I'd say, in percent, as well as just like neutral game. Like both these characters, or both these players rather, have been having their own exchanges back and forth on like whose turn it is almost to like fight.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so smart. You gotta be careful here. Oh, I would do that.
Oh, no.
That's such a bait. Yeah, that's something I do know enough about. Thugnificent plays DD.
What would he have done? Tried to jump, recover, or something like that?
So he was expecting either you to like get up attack the Gordo, because like you can still hit the Gordo back in that situation, but because Llomomo is charging that down B, the down B has super armor, and so you can armor through the own Gordo reflect and just hit him when he either regular get up attacks, or drops from ledge, because like all three of those options are able to like get hit. And so even if he jumps up from ledge, Llomomo can still jump with that charged hammer and hit you that way as well. So it's more so of like a confidence thing, like a game of chicken. Because I think the one thing that RP4 could do in that situation is like just regular get up, jump, go for an aerial, or like any sort of like quick option just to like force Llomomo to not be able to get that hit out. But I don't even know if Link has any options that can do that. Like, there's not really too many situations I can think of where he'd be able to do something about it. And the star stopping him from being able to punish that landing.
Punish that landing, yeah. We were close to being tied on percentage just a moment ago. But RP4 pulling away right now. This could be the opportunity he's looking for.
Yeah. I definitely agree. And I think that, oh, nice using the air dodge to Z-grab the bomb, throwing it off stage finally. And I think that's such an interesting option that players need to start going for more, is that you can essentially just air dodge into a projectile after it hits your shield. And most projectiles, depending on what it is, you can grab. Not like everything, like you can't grab a Fox laser, for instance. Yeah. But like if it's like a Pac-Man item or like a Link
and he's
item.
Got the bomb, yep, that's gonna get him back on.
Smart. That was a good mix-up. I think that, like, yeah, there it is. Using his extra jumps to stall in the air for a second, then stall out the up smash, and then punish again with that back air. That was so smart from Llomomo.
We got some really, some real big brain plays kind of going on here in the final moments of our tournament this week.
Yeah, and like right here, like when he pulls out the bomb, I thought it was so smart of him, because he could have tried to drop down here again. I thought that was what he was gonna do, but he went high, and that got him on the stage and back into the fight. But I think just panic throwing out that up smash, expecting him to land with like down smash, down air, or whatever, and instead getting back aired rather, and punished for it.
All right, well, they're not kidding around. No one is changing characters. No one is changing size. And if I gotta guess, I think they're going right back to the same place they were at beforehand. So we're going into game number 3 of the Grand Finals bracket reset. Let's go.
Yeah, this has been such a close but like bar set. Like it is so weird because like Llomomo is just like he's just getting exactly what he needs. I feel like, but at the same time, like he is getting punished for like earlier in-game things. But then like Llomomo, I think just has a much better head in keeping his head straight. Like he's dealing with this pressure of like all of this damage, all of it, and then he's just like, well, I'm a heavy, so I'm used to this. I'm used to being at like 118 and like living until the very edge of my stock. Because like right now, RP4, believe it or not, is at kill percent. Because with the amount of rage that he has, as well as the amount of damaging, really heavy hitting moves, if he ever gets a hit on you, you're dead. Like, especially now he's at max rage. So all you have to do if your RP4 is just like get that final kill. But a lot of that comes from like either a straight hit, an aerial, like Nair. Yeah, finally getting that. Like it's so hard. And like while people are like, we'll just keep comboing him. Well, RP4 is comboing him. It's just that you have to combo him a lot. He's so big. And he's continuing to combo him now.
And it looks like RP4 is being a bit more aggressive on allowing Dedede to just kind of be in space above him.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and I think that's another thing is like a lot of the things that like, you can do to a heavy, like sure you can like run away from him a lot and time him out and all that, but like even then, like a good player like Llomomo who plays these heavies all the time, like Luxray, like whoever, wow, that was fast. Like Llomomo, like Luxray, these players are going to be able to play against that type of play. You have to be more aggressive because these characters are so big that their disadvantage is something that does not allow them to survive that long when you just keep hitting them. Like you can't give them too much space. And another thing too is that it seems like even though RP4 is playing a bit better this set, I think that he's still kind of letting Llomomo do Dedede's things.
Yeah.
And one of those things really is like whenever he throws out the Gordel, I genuinely think that RP4 should be just shooting an arrow or a boomerang. Because like both of those things, because you can hit back the Gordel in this game. You don't need to have a reflect item in this game. You can literally, as long as your character can just hit it, it will throw it back. And even if like Llomomo tries to suck it up and shoot it back, like just rinse and repeat and keep throwing something that can reflect it back. And I think then you'll start seeing that on top of like not allowing Dedede to have space, you're also not allowing him to just have confusing like options like this. Whereas right now, like, oh wow!
Oh wow!
Instant drop off short hop Nair. That's super technical. Like that's wow, really good stuff. You're gonna want to see that again.
You don't have. I was gonna say somebody really ought to clip that if they get a chance to in the stream. Please clip that. That is a clippable moment.
Yeah, that was super good.
Remember, guys, this coming Tuesday, please be sure to sign up, register, and come by for our Power Rangers Battle for the Grid tournament. After this replay says I'm finished playing, let's try it again. There we go, February 23rd, 2021. Come by, guys. If you need more information, you can follow us on Challenge and, of course, on our Discord server as well. We've got signups up for that and a ton of other games coming up over the course of the next 2 weeks to essentially close up Black History Month for us.
I feel like this month has gone by so quick.
It did, and obviously, you know, it's a short month and all of that
good
stuff. So.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, so Llomomo looks like going to either to the drawing board on character or on stage. What's your guess on this one, Cherry?
I'm not sure. I feel like that was a great edge guard from like RP4 last game. Like he really kept it straight and really kept it himself in the game. And I think like this time around, I think that like they've been playing an FD for so long that I think finally RP4 seems to have like figured it out, especially at the end. Like one of the two things that Dedede really struggles with is number one, he's fat, so you're gonna be able to combo him. And number two, once you get him to be like sent off stage like that bar, like because of just how heavy he is and how high of a percent he gets to, you can edge guard him very easily because he pretty much stays in the same spot and just kind of hovers when he's like jumping. And then once you hit him with an aerial, like he has to up B straight up. Like there is no like drift really on his up B. And so he kind of just rinse and repeat. And now they're going to small battlefield, which good pick I think for Llomomo. Just since that the fact is like it's a small stage, it's gonna be much easier to kill on than even like FD at times. And he's still gonna have that layer of it, like confusion where the Gordo may or may not bounce onto these platforms just because depending on the angle he chooses to set it at, it may or may not go onto it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's still Dedede. He's a big guy. He's the king.
Self-appointed king of the ring.
I love that. Like I love that. It's just like, yeah, I am the king, guys. Like, like obviously it's me, right? And then everybody's like, we like Kirby.
Well, right now, RP4 feeling the same way. Got Llomomo at 160%.
Yeah, and I think that like he definitely seems to have figured out like a couple of the weaknesses of Dedede, like getting him to these high stakes situations with percent. But I think also like this is pretty normal at the first end of the game, is getting that like large amount of damage. But this time we're seeing like much more like high precision edge guarding and ledge guarding from not just RP4 but also Llomomo. So like it's not like it's different, but there is like small differences to both of their gameplay plans. Because I feel like for the last like 3 or 4 games we've been seeing them all just kind of like Llomomo has pretty much been living to like 160, gets the kill before RP4, and then dies like within like 30 seconds later. Whereas now it's like they're pretty much just even the whole time. So it's even more hard to tell really like who's gonna be on top. Oh, tried to delay that bomb and its trail, but it wasn't large enough. The amount of invincibility that Llomomo had on ledge was enough to allow him to, when he red guard got up, to not have to worry about anything there. And there it is, Llomomo taking that second stock way earlier than RP4 was able to get Llomomo to in terms of percent. And I think now this is where it's like a make or break situation, because on top of this might be RP4's tournament stock, because you don't know what could happen. Like anything could happen here, you know?
Yeah.
And for RP4, he needs to get the stock off to continue this like possible win of this game and get the set to game 5. And
oh, I thought that was going to do it.
That was very spooky with that suck. But ooh, trying to get all the shield pressure he can. That was insanity.
Sending a Gordo back.
What type of? That was such a
that so much happened in that one scenario.
Yeah. Oh, the boomerang keeping him outside of that. And then that's not going to go too far. I really think that RP4's got to get back to using those nairs. And it might just be like, he's not and then that armor came out, yeah. Like right here, he should be going for nair, I feel like. Throw out the bomb, don't detonate it, and just jump off nair. Because Llomomo's getting hit by it, but at the end of Dedede's up B, he does get super armor. And so he's able to kind of like armor through that.
What?
That was
juggling the bomb on the end of the
it was like a trick.
Yep.
Like, hey guys, watch this. It's a good bar trick.
And there we go. At 60%. RP4 getting rid of that stock finally.
Yeah. And this is it. Tournament stock for RP4 if he loses. And he's at 69%, trying to get any sort of like rack up in damage, but it seems just like Llomomo's like literally always out of reach. No.
Oh!
So okay, that's very
so
confident.
close.
Llomomo, I think, remembering the last time that happened, knowing that RP4 isn't sure on the most optimal like way to punish that, and I think that what happened this time around was literally just that he got a little greedy and wanted to confirm the fact that it would hit that ledge, but that's it. Oh no, perfect DI. I wasn't sure if he'd be able to do it, but able to get the good DI off, and now it's much closer than it seems. Close to max range.
You gotta watch a lot of stuff from Link. Link's got a lot of stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll live another one of those. That up tilt you have to watch out for as RP4 right now. Yeah, he's looking for it.
Coming back. What?
What the heck happened? I think that the first... I don't even know what he could... Probably fair. It has to be fair. Like, maybe he hit a fair and then got hit by an F-tilt or something? Let's see. Guess we're back here. Right here. Nair doesn't get it. Yeah, fair. Second hit a fair, and then I think he went for forward tilt. Llomomo did, and so that luckily RP4 did fast fall it correctly, and he was able to get the hard hitting part of fair because that first hit of forward aerial is like a weak hit, and if he was too slow to react and get the fair hit, or if he was bad at like his spacing with the fast fall of it, it was just so like important that he gets that hit because that's the killing hit.
Forsaken Santiago, yes, that's it, or was it, is definitely the theme from that last one.
Yeah. And this is it. The end of the road. No more games.
There's no more games after this.
It really does matter now.
Yeah.
It matters a lot. It matters a lot, 33.
Right, number 33, yeah.
And already off to a good start is RP4. Honestly, I think that win just, like, he's just going to go all out now. There's nothing to hold back. Like, anything in the tank, just let it out. Like, so I think that we're going to be seeing lots of damage come out for both players in here. And we're seeing RP4 just very much using that Nair, that move that's just so good for Link, making sure that he's able to get the damage rack up that he needs, because if he does end up losing his stock earlier from some sort of Gordo play, you do not want to leave this Dedede at like a suitable percent to rack up even more. Oh no! Yeah, the weight, the up B, that hit you. Oh man. Yeah, that's understandable though. The final hit does have super armor, so you do not want to be below it. It's not like other moves where like you can kind of like punish the landing. And there it was just like either bad spacing or you just didn't expect the damage to come out. Like, and so again, like certain things that players may not be aware of if they don't get to play against Dedede a lot. Something I'm curious about, we have not seen it once this set, is Link, like I mentioned it earlier against a BW Styles in RP4, is that Link's shield is active whenever he's standing still.
Right.
And so I wonder if
Gordo.
I'm very curious because I've never seen it myself, like because I've mentioned that don't see this matchup like often, and so I'm curious if like RP4 can literally just stand still and will the Gordo, because then that would mean he doesn't have to hit it back, and he also wouldn't have to worry about like missing the timing of hitting it, and then he also wouldn't have any end lag from Llomomo being able to punish him after, like, let's say he does hit it with an air, because then he still has all the lag from having to land after hitting the Gordo, and Llomomo can then, like, hit him or grab him. Whereas if he's standing still, he can just react to whatever Llomomo wants to do afterwards, whether it's a grab or something like that. Oh, and they're on point now with those bomb recoveries. Recognizes that he attacks and does not SD. Has to be sure, but the up smash is going to take that kill. And this is kind of what I was talking about prior to the set starting with Dedede, is that, so we were seeing Dedede get these slower hitting moves to hit, like, because he is aiming for them, well, he's anticipating that. So if I do it now, I'm expecting not the beginning of the hit to hit, but the later part, the end of it. Since that does, like, kind of drape over his body and hit, like, 180 degrees. And RP4, most of the time, and other players, and myself included, a lot of time are expecting the beginning of the hit to matter, and then we try to like either punish at the end of the attack and get hit because of how slow it is, or just due to like not being aware of how slow the move really is. And so, Llomomo really doing well. You gotta be careful. That can break shield.
Oh, came really close to it.
That was, yeah, like maybe another like second. Oh my gosh.
Can definitely rack the damage up though.
Yeah, he was starting it. Didn't get to keep the juggle. Wow, that was so smooth, using that like bomb recovery to kind of like get off plat and then get back on the stage without having to grab ledge. Oh wow, using that to mix up where he'd be. Oh, that's gonna do it. Yeah, really good stuff.
No directional influence in the world was gonna change that.
Up till honestly, one of Dedede's most underrated moves. Like, so good, and we're seeing why here. Because like, you have such a weird mix-up, because all these moves that Dedede can throw normally, right, are like, they have a decent amount of startup, decent amount of end leg. And all of a sudden, you're in this situation where he throws the Gordo, and then doesn't know where to go. All of a sudden, he's on your shield, and it's just, like, it's just like a snap. It's so quick. So, great stuff to Llomomo. Really cool to see him back for Grand Finals, going all the way. And then RP4 stopping, I believe, Luxray from having that win streak continue as well.
Yes. So we did get an end of Luxray's greatest hits, essentially, in a lot of ways. Even though he totally threw out a Falco for the entire night. Still really a lot of fun to have him be a part of it. And, of course, to see some new faces in Grand Finals this week, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. I love to see some new faces, and it's really cool to see like players like Llomomo who are very well regarded, like when they do show up, like, and then people may say, well, how good is Llomomo? Like, I have never seen him play, so he must not be that good if he doesn't show up. And then he shows up and wins the whole bracket, you know?
Yep, and it's not awesome. Like the #1 PR guy was not here tonight. Definitely took dubs. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a look at the bracket, take a look at how he got to this point. So yeah, Llomomo really kind of takes down everyone that you need to. If you take a look at what happened here, Llomomo gets a chance to essentially play our #4 seed. So he knocks the #4 seed out in a 2-0, then knocks the #1 seed out in a 2-0, then knocks the #2 seed out. So literally the only person he doesn't see in this tournament is BW Styles. So, I mean, once again, this is a really great win for him in a lot of ways. He beats three out of the top 4 in one single night, all towards a victory. And it wasn't like he also faced, someone having a bad night. RP4 definitely bringing the heat, resetting the bracket once, kind of recovering after the bracket reset, then going up 2-0 and having a chance to really kind of say, like, great, I can go ahead and finish this off now, and then having to fend it off in a Game 5 final right now. So really great performance right now. Really great performance tonight from Llomomo. Welcome to have him in all of my tournaments now to some degree. I'll be shocked if I see him in Gears of War next weekend, but once again, I'll be expecting big things from him there as well. Cherry, you got anything you want to say goodnight to the people? And then, of course, I know you've got your talk show coming up that we're going to probably start trying to auto-host soon.
Yeah, so I think that this tournament was really interesting because it just it shows how much one person showing up can kind of shake up like the bracket, even with like just something like seeding, because like maybe players are in like one different position, and we get to see a whole new round of like faces and matchups, as well as just like